This is Gonzalo Lira from El Heraldo de Mexico. Hi, Laura. How are you?
Hi again. Good to see you.
Good to see you again. I'm so excited to talk with you, not just because I admired your work and I've been admiring for so many years, but also because I really, really enjoy the movie and I really, really love the way that you developed this character. And I wanted to ask you, I noticed that this film was written by four men. Four men were involved in the writing of the movie. Yet the character, I think, delves so much of a female sensibility, you know, on how she goes through this process. So I wanted to ask you, how much were you involved in how the character decides to go through this and the decisions she make?
Beautifully, I was involved a great deal. I mean, Bradley brought me in, wow, it was a year before we made it, just as they were writing and Bradley had come on board rewriting. And so as he committed to it, he asked me, and they really very beautifully and openly invited me in to help find both who Tess was, what she was longing for, and also the language around it. Literally, at times, I would even riff and verbalize what I was feeling as Tess in my mind to Bradley, the essence of a scene. And he would go, keep talking, just go. And I would talk and talk and talk. And then he would take it and he would rewrite and disseminate and find those gems or those the specificity. So I think it really built this relationship in a beautiful way.
I think that we're going through an era where female characters, thankfully, have gotten much more complex, and the actresses, as you, find a way to add to that complexity. And one of the things that I found very interesting about this character and the way you portray it is how that complexity goes to showing how valid it is to be fallible, to make mistakes. Why is it so important nowadays that we have these kind of female characters to show them also as characters that can be broken?
I remember in my first relationship, my late teens, my first serious relationship. It took me years to discover that that's what I was doing. Every time he would say to me, "Oh, why do you," and it would be a complaint, it would feel like a complaint. Why do you not put the cap on the toothpaste? I'd be like, I don't do that. That would be my first response. I was so afraid of being wrong or having a flaw because to me it meant I would get left. And so as an actor, to continue to dive into the flaws as power and beauty and grace and truth in character is my way of, hopefully for myself and everyone else that sees it, a way for us to be more compassionate with ourselves, with our fallibility, as you said. In relationship and just in our everyday life, we're so hard on ourselves. My God. The idea that we're living to get it right every day is crazy. How would we ever learn? But somehow we think that's our job. And we especially think that when we get it wrong, the person we're going to hide it from the most is the one who lives in our home with us. That's crazy. But it's somehow what we do in relationship very often. So this movie was such an invitation to explore that. And I hope it really touches people. And I really appreciate that the movie has a kindness in its core, and it has a lot of irreverence and humor and rawness, but it's also kind. And
Yeah.
I really appreciate that.
Yeah, it really is. Laura, that's my time. Unfortunately, it's been such a pleasure talking with you. You're amazing in the movie, let me tell you. Thank you for your time.
Thank you so much. It's so beautiful to talk to you again. See you soon.
Thank you. Bye. See you soon.